Multiplying and dividing integers. Well, how do I multiply and divide integers? Just remember this, SPAN. Same positive, opposite negative. And let me show you what that stands for. So when you're multiplying two integers and they have the same sign, for example, 5 times 6, they're both positives, you're going to have a positive result. So it would be positive 30. If I had negative 5 times negative 6, they also have the same sign, and you're going to have a positive result, 30. If I have negative 5 times a positive 6, the signs are opposites. One's positive number, one's negative. If the signs are opposite, you're going to have a negative result. So this would be negative 30. And if I had a positive 5 times a negative 6, the signs are opposites. I have a positive times a negative. Then the result will be negative. So if the signs are the same, positive answer. If the signs are opposites, negative. Same, positive, opposite, negative, SPAN. Now, you got to be careful though, because sometimes when you're multiplying three negatives, kids will see that all the signs are the same and they'll assume that the answer is positive. Well, you've got to remember your order of operations, your PEMDAS. So here we have, we're multiplying three different things, and since they're all multiplying, we're going to just do these in order left to right. So I would do a negative 2 times a negative 2. So the signs are the same. So negative 2 times negative 2 would be a positive 4. And now I'm going to bring down times negative 2. Now 4 times 2 is 8, but the signs are opposite. The answer to this is actually negative 8 and not positive 8. So be careful. So we'll practice with this. Oh, and this is an important reminder. SPAN only works with multiplying and dividing. It doesn't work with addition and subtraction. So just because you see two negatives here, if you were adding them, doesn't mean that would be positive 11. That's not correct. SPAN only works with multiplying and dividing. Okay, so let's just practice. What I like to do first when I'm doing these, I'll just do 14 divided by 7. I'll just ignore the signs. I just do 14 divided by 7 is 2. Then I look at the signs. Are they the same or are they opposite? Well, here they're opposite. So since they're opposite, the answer is going to be negative. So that's negative 2. On the next one, I just ignore the signs. I do 8 times 3 is 24. The signs are the same. They're both negatives. So the answer is a positive 24. For number 3, I just ignore the signs. I just do 35 divided by 7, which is 5. The signs are the same. And since they're the same, it's a positive 5. Number 4. Negative 6 divided by negative, 6 divided by 6 is 1. The signs are the same, so it's positive 1. The next one, I ignore the signs. I just do 7 times 8 is 56. The signs were the same. They were both negatives, so it's a positive. If the signs are the same, again, your answer will be positive. If the signs are opposite, you'll have a negative result. Next, I'm just going to ignore the signs. I'm going to do 36 divided by 12, because remember, this is a division symbol. 36 divided by 12 is 3. Signs are opposites. We have a positive and a negative. And since they're opposite signs, it's negative 3. Next one, 5 times 15. That would be 75. Now I'm going to look at the signs. They're opposites. We have a positive and a negative. So that would be negative 75. And now here's one, number 8. We're going to have to use order of operations. We would do this first. So 17 times 2 is 34. The signs were opposite, so it's negative 34. I'm going to bring down the times -1. I really don't need those parentheses. 34 times 1 is 34. The signs are the same. It's a little messy. The signs are the same, so it's positive 34. The next one, 7 times 7 is 49. Now I'm going to look at the signs. I have a positive and a negative. It's negative 49. And we'll do a couple more examples. Here we have, again, we're going to have to use order of operations actually on the rest of these examples. Here we have 4 times 6, which is 24. They're both negatives, so that's going to be positive 24. I'm going to bring down the -1. 24 times 1 is 24. The signs are opposites. That's going to be negative 24. In our next example, let me just kind of move this out of the way here. -2 times 4. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now let me look at the signs. They are opposites. So it's going to be -8 times -5. Well, 8 times 5 is 40. The signs are the same, so it's positive 40. Next example. Remember in PEMDAS that multiplication and division are equals. So you do whichever one comes first, left to right, which would be division in this example. So 20 divided by -4. Let's just ignore the negative sign. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Now let's look at the signs. So we had a positive and a negative. They're opposite signs. So it's -5. I'm going to bring down the times -1. So 5 times 1 is 5. The signs are the same. They're both negatives. And when the signs are the same, it's going to be a positive result. Okay, let's do these last three. Now in this example, we're going to do everything on top of the fraction bar here. So 28 divided by -7. Well, I'm going to ignore the signs. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Now I'm going to look at the signs. They're opposites, so it's -4. Now I'm doing -4 divided by -2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and since the signs are the same, it's positive 2. In the next one, this is -8 divided by -2 times -6. So I'm going to do the division first. -8 divided by -2 is 4. And the signs are the same, so it's positive 4. And now I'm going to do 4 times -6. That would be 24, but the signs are opposites. We have a positive and a negative, so that's -24. One more example. I'm going to do the top first, everything on top of this fraction bar here. So -6 times -8 is 48, and the signs are the same, so it's positive 48. And I'm going to take 48 divided by -4. I'm going to ignore the signs at first. Just going to do 48 divided by 4. Now the signs are opposites. We have a positive and we have a negative, so it's going to be -12. So it's easy. Just remember SPAN. If the signs are the same, the answer will be positive. If the signs are opposites, the answer will be negative. And again, that only works with multiplying and dividing of integers.